Well, I would like to introduce you to Tiffany in our Confirm Your Type instructional video. So remember, these are instructional. It's my intention to share with you what I do in the process of knowing someone's type. And everything I'm doing, I've taught you in my books and in the online profiling course. You're seeing an application. So there's no new information. You're seeing how I apply it to instruct you on seeing the different types. And so Tiffany, you, what type did you decide you are? If you, like today, what type have you landed on?
Well, actually, I had an idea for two of them, and I
Okay.
couldn't decide which.
Okay.
I thought I might be a type 1 or a type 3.
Okay. And tell me what, in your process of assessing yourself and the information that you've learned, what did you see in yourself, in your expressive self, that you are looking at type 1 or type 3?
Well, for type 1, I just like to be myself and have a lot of fun in whatever I'm doing.
Okay.
And it can be random.
Okay.
And I've always felt that I'm not given enough freedom to do whatever I want.
Okay. And then type 3, why would you consider type 3? What did you see in yourself that you thought, oh, I could be a type 3?
Well, because I'm really passionate about whatever I'm doing, and I have a lot of energy.
I appreciate her sharing all that, because I'm going to actually, in confirming your type, teach you how those are all accurate assessments of yourself, but just you've assessed yourself in the wrong type, because you're not a type 1 and you're not a type 3.
Okay.
You're a type 4.
I am?
You're very distinctly a type 4, yes. And let me first educate you and our viewers why I know that based on your body language and your facial features. You sit very poised like type 4s do. You're very balanced. Your weight is balanced in the chair. You have your ankles crossed, but you're very still and poised is a word that you express in your energy, very poised. And you have more of an erect posture, but you hold yourself with, you're very thought out as well. The way you speak is very type 4. You have very deliberate pronunciation. And you can tell you put a lot of thought into what you're saying. Your words really don't come out randomly. You're very well thought out in your speech. And the pronunciation of your words, very exact, which is very type 4 as well. But your facial features are predominantly type 4 as well. And I have a little pointer here, and I'm going to show you and our viewing audience where I see this. And I'm looking for symmetry, parallel lines, and a reflective porcelain quality, which we actually can start with that in your skin you have a very porcelain quality that's created by the fact that you have very small pores. And so you have a reflective quality to your skin. Now I'm looking for parallel lines, which your bold eyebrows are the first strong statement of your parallel lines. You can see here, and go ahead and just look at the camera. Straight across. I could draw almost it's not exact, but there's a parallel line. And go ahead and smile for me. You can see the high cheekbone here. If you'll turn to the side so we can see your profile, you have a little bit of a turn up in your nose. It's turned up a tiny bit, but it's a very straight line down the slope of your nose bridge. And then as you smile, you can see the cheekbone that parallels the jawline here. And then actually turn to camera again. You have very little upward motion to your lips when you smile. You're smiling, but you still express a parallel line. The corners of your mouth barely turn up, which is, again, very type 4, those parallel lines. And your eyes are set on a parallel line. So we can see parallel line, parallel line, parallel line. And then your posture is very type 4 in how you sit.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's
now,
pretty cool.
When you shared with me that you don't have enough freedom, That I could equate to you need to be your own authority and you decide what's correct for you, not other people. And if your parents have not known your nature and known that you're a type 4, that they need to really respect you being your own authority, you'll feel trapped. You'll feel that you have to, it will frustrate you to think you have to comply to others that think they know better than you. You know what's best for you. That's what you're sensing when you say, I don't feel I have the freedom that I want, because you're your own authority. And it's actually a little disturbing, if not, in your mind, it would be ridiculous that someone should know what's best for you. You should know what's best for you. And then as you describe being passionate about the things that you're involved in, I would feel it's safe to say that you only choose to do things you can do well, that you have a real connection with, that you're really, you really want to be doing the things you do. You get very focused, very committed, and the level of perfecting starts to come out. So you just said passionate when I'm saying, well, let me help you understand what that means in the world of a type 4. You're going to only select the things you can achieve at a high level. And then you get very focused and engaged. See, I would use the word you're engaged, very focused, very committed. Point A to point B, you see it through. And you just misunderstood that to be passion, like a drive, but it's a focus. It's an engage. You're engaged in a single effort.
Wow.
That makes sense?
A lot of that sounded a whole lot like me.
Well, there you go. Because it is you. I'm 100% confident that you are a type 4. So I'd invite you to move forward with that and reread the type 4 information, revisit that with that knowing I am a type 4, not, well, let's see if Carol's right. Because you can get lost in the figuring it out phase for a very long time.
Okay.
And overthink it. Does that feel correct for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
That you get into overthinking mode. So, well, I'm glad you're happy to be a type 4 person.
me too.
I'm excited for you to really come alive in that in your style as well in the Dressing Your Truth program.
Thank you for letting me come.
You're welcome. Well, it's been 3 months since Tiffany's Confirm Your Type session, and look at her now. Amazing. You're stunning.
Thank you so much.
You're adorable.
And thank you for inviting me back.
You are welcome. How are you feeling now? Be honest.
That's not a problem for me. I'm very, very confident in the way I feel now. Much more than back at 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize myself anymore, but I am very excited to find out who my new self is.
That's so great. Your true self. You're meeting the true self. You don't have to try and be someone different anymore. Now, you were very cute before we started to film. You very clearly said there was something you were feeling you'd never felt before.
It's true.
I want you to share it.
I feel sexy in the way that I'm feeling very sexy in my clothes and my attitude.
That you're a beautiful woman.
Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
I
I'm
know.
feeling very feminine right now.
That's great. Wow, I would agree in every way that that's what you exude, this feminine confidence, which is fabulous. So now looking back, you thought you were a higher movement, either a type 1 or a type 3. Now looking back, what led you to believe that? Why do you think you were preferencing those types when you actually are a type 4?
Well, I think it's because of the way I've lived all my life. And when I was told that I was a type 4 3 months ago, it kind of made me take a good hard look at myself and make me realize that the reason why I thought I was a 1 or a 3 was because old habits die hard, and it was just something I needed to figure out on my own. I needed to push past everything I knew and look at it from another angle.
So do you think it was because you thought you should be that way? You'd been led to believe that you needed to be someone you weren't for a lot of years?
Yes. Growing up, I was told often by people outside and sometimes inside my family to be quiet and do this and do that. And over time, I just learned to not speak for myself. I did what people told me to, and I tried not to let my what I wanted to come out.
Oh, interesting. So, yeah. Yeah, look how much conditioning we experience as human beings, that just an effort to be acceptable so that others accept us. And yet, it's just a messy experience because you can't ever feel fulfilled. I'm hoping now that you feel a lot more contentment, sense of just an inner sense of peacefulness, that it's good to be you.
It's true. I'm feeling very much like I can speak my own mind and not worry about what other people think, even though it is good to take that into account.
Yeah, again, there's balance in things, and you're not going around just trying to be hurtful, but it's okay, that as you honor others and believe others will honor your own opinion. I think as a little girl, you were probably just had a very clear opinion about what you saw in the world, and you were willing to speak it. But then we're around, we're taught and conditioned, well, you have to go along with everybody's, compromise. So you were trained to compromise yourself along with the rest of the people that were around you. So, because, I do think type 4 children can have very strong, clear opinions that they speak. And you were probably just that way. And you were told that wasn't okay. And you do have a strong opinion about things. And that, you have that preference to know where you stand. What do you value? What's important to you? Because you think deeply about your life. And so you have that right. I recognize that's a great attribute that you have, as well as all type 4 people. And how do you feel about, you have a beautiful top on. This looks amazing on you.
Thank you.
It's just, you do have a secondary one, so this adorable quality comes out in you. This sort of stunning cuteness that you have. Any tips that you'd want to share with women that are going through the process of determining their type?
Well, something that I would like to share actually is that they should not give up just because it's hard in figuring out their type. Because even though it might be challenging sometimes, it's totally rewarding. And I can't count the number of times since the last time we met, how many people have actually complimented me and can't take their eyes off me. And I mean, I've grown up feeling very uncomfortable with compliments, and now that I'm beginning to feel very special and feminine, I'm able to take them with better grace.
I'm just noticing, and those of you that have watched this video, you've had a huge transformation in just your confidence and how you speak. You may not notice it, but you're so much more clear and in wanting to express what's correct for you from 3 months ago.
Thank you.
You're very well spoken. You can tell you're very thoughtful about what you say, which is very true to your nature. And I'm just impressed with the confidence that you carry now, which to me is what's so valuable. Of course, I want to support women in looking amazing, but more than that, end with that. I won't say there has to be more or less, but end with that you truly know who you are and you can feel that sense of self. And I love that that's happening for you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.